wouldn't be the first time, but I at least want to know. Cool. Thank you, Jesse. Appreciate you. All right. Oh, I think the YouTube. Yes. Welcome. Thank you. I was talking to TikTok right there, trying to see if the audio was good there. Hopefully the audio is good here as well. However, it's just going to be me here talking on YouTube for a little bit, so there's no one I can ask to see if the audio is good. Tonight, we're going to be researching Quant. You guys over here on TikTok and everyone on Instagram and Twitter voted in polls to see which crypto we should be researching this Wednesday night, and you guys chose Quant out of the 4 that were available to choose from. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Unfortunately, TikTok, I'm not able to put any visuals on TikTok. You guys are just gonna have to stare at me, and I will try and speak as much as possible. Please ask whatever questions. This is a joint effort because I'm researching here, but you guys are also researching there. So if any of you guys get any questions along the way, feel free to shoot them in the comment section. I'll be periodically turning to see anything. Same for you guys over here on YouTube, however, nobody's ever on that one. Okay, first things up. This is my crypto checklist. This is something that I put together so that I could see if crypto is a scam, essentially. Whatever coin I'm looking into in a given moment, this is my scam checklist. If I can answer everything on this checklist and I still feel good about the coin, then I move on to my next steps, which is just further in-depth research. This is just to make sure that I have everything squared away to see if it's even worth more time. And it usually takes about an hour, 2 hours, depending on how in-depth I go. The last time we did this was with Gala Gaming, which was last week's, and I decided personally Gala Gaming is not a token for me. Thank you very much for following the host, FGNBRY. I also just got a notification that somebody subscribed to the YouTube, so appreciate you guys. Yeah, so Quant. Like I said, last Wednesday, we were researching Gala Gaming. I decided I was not willing to invest in Gala Gaming. I do not like the tokenomics of Gala Gaming. There's such a high inflation rate, and I know it's predictable and it's cool, and every year the inflation rate gets cut in half. In 3 years or so, I'm willing to come back and look at Gala Gaming again because I like what they're doing. However, I want to see kind of all of their nodes get purchased and have them establish their own blockchain and not be reliant on Ethereum before I'm willing to take that next step. So it's literally as easy as that. Gala Gaming looks cool, but it's not for me. So we move on to the next one, Quant. Let me just go ahead and clear out all these things. And whoever is watching over here on YouTube, I appreciate you, boss. Hopefully you find some value out of this. I need to get a second monitor so that I can see the comments and everything, see what's going on. All right. Well, that was an accident. Come on, stop doing that. You're live. Get it together, dude. Get it together. You can see I didn't even fill out everything on this last time. Literally, once I got to here and saw the partners and saw the inflation rate, I had enough information to make my decision, which is totally fine. Totally acceptable. All right, first things up. Name of crypto, Quant. What is this crypto? What is the purpose? What are they going to resolve? Read the white paper. Understand this is where they sell you. Be skeptical. I'm not going to read the white paper live. Don't worry about it. I am going to be skeptical, though, and I am going to literally just Google what is Quant. Okay, that was kind of stupid. It usually works for other things. Quant crypto. What is Quant crypto? An Ethereum token that is used to power Quant Network's Overledger brand. An Ethereum token that is used to power Quant Network's Overledger brand of enterprise software solutions. So right there, I already know more about Quant than I guarantee you most people who have invested into Quant. Most people just hear someone talk about it and are just willing to throw all their money into it, which is a huge flaw with crypto. So it is an Ethereum-based token, which is here for enterprise software solutions. So it's for institutions, it's for enterprises, and it's based on Ethereum's network. Cool. I'm going to go directly to the website because that's where I find most of the valuable information out there, is literally just on their own website. Crazy, right? Who would have guessed that? Who would have guessed it? Quant, the future of finance today. Well, that's pretty jazzy. That's pretty interesting. Don't waste your money on crypto. I wouldn't say it's necessarily wasting money. Come on now. I think it's money spent well, actually, if you can be responsible with it. I probably shouldn't have sparkling water on this because I'm going to end up burping into the microphone and it's going to be nasty, so I apologize ahead of time. I need a way that I can like keep this up so that I can see if anyone in chat's in here, but it's, yeah. Unlocking the power of blockchain for everyone. We deliver interoperable ecosystems and real-world solutions that lower costs, enable new business, and mitigate risk. That's cool. I'm not going to click the Let's Talk button because I'm not here to work with them. I'm just here to research what they do. An empowered, interconnected world. We serve banks, asset managers, and other financial institutions, enterprises, and the technology partners and fintech developers who support them. So it's a mouthful what they do, or at least who they're trying to work with. It's a lot of different aspects, but really if you boil it down, it's just the same thing. They're trying to get into finance. They're trying to let financial institutions have access to the blockchain. And in full disclosure, I've already kind of researched Quant, so I kind of like, I'm not going into it completely blind because I would just end up making a fool of myself. Buy land. Okay, I can't, honestly, I agree with you there. Buy some land. Algorand. I can write Algorand down for next week's live to research Algorand next time. Just Quant today. Yeah, just Quant. Thank you, Swamp Donkey. Let me see. I am making Swamp Donkey a moderator. I've seen you here a bunch of times at this point, and I appreciate you, boss. Hopefully it went through. Please don't abuse it. Okay, so financial institutions, enterprises, partners, developers, banks, investment firms, and other financial institutions are harnessing blockchain to exchange information and assets more securely and cost effectively. We're going to click on it. We're going to dive deeper. Whether you work for a bank or whether you work for a bank, an investment firm, or other financial institutions, I've repeated the same thing like 18 times here. Blockchain allows you to exchange information and assets more securely and cost effectively. Your challenge, though, is how to implement it simply while protecting your existing IT investments. You kind of see where it's going here? They don't want you to sacrifice everything you've already built for the blockchain. They want to allow you to use blockchain kind of the way it's supposed to be, is just an extra tool, another software to implement into your existing system. Hey, anytime, Swamp Donkey. Crypto will be a thing of the past by 2030. I would recommend that you stick around and see what's going on, see all the advancements that crypto is making. Crypto is a software. Crypto is very informative. It's literally allowing the financial institutions to conduct business more seamlessly. So it's kind of irrational to say that it'll be gone. It's literally in its infancy right now. But that's my opinion. Who the hell knows, man? I could be totally wrong with it. An empowered, interconnected world. The DLT market. What is the DLT market? See how easy it is? The brave new world, the rise of DLT, distributed ledger technology. Okay, I guess I just haven't heard it abbreviated like that. See how easy it is to research things? You don't know what it is, just look it up. Google is right there, or even ChatGPT is right there. Was valued at $3 billion in 2020, is expected to grow to $40 billion by 2025. That's a massive compound annual rate of growth, a CAGR. Digital currencies, payments, supply chain and trade finance, which makes sense for a blockchain because everything is transparent. You can trace things from point A to point B, and I guess I should say point A to point D, and you can trace it through B and C at the same time. Okay, do we feel like we have an understanding of what Quant is doing so far? To be honest, not really. How do we do it? This will be good. We can just look at their How tab, look at their different products. You can see that they're hungry for business. They just want people to do business with them. This reminds me a lot of Palantir's website, because Palantir literally every time is just like, here, come work with us. Come do some business with us. I've seen enough. It's lost more money than it's generated. That's, I guess, yeah, actually, that might be true at this point. It has generated a gross amount of money, but because it's only worth as a whole like 800 million right now or something like that. No, 800 billion. I'm sorry, that was silly. Because it's worth only 800 billion at this point, and at one point it was worth like 2.5 trillion, then yes, technically it has lost more than it's currently worth. I don't think that means anything. Meta stock has lost more than it's currently worth. I don't think that's necessarily a... Okay, I'm not here to argue about it right now. I'm here to research quant. How many quant is enough? We will decide tonight how many might be enough. I don't even know if it's worth it yet. In full disclosure, I own 1 quant. ChatGTP is pretty revolutionary. I couldn't agree more. I'm just looking to see if anyone's messaging in the chat. Okay, what is its purpose? What are they going to resolve? Overledger, core overledger, premium, quant solutions. That seems like it could be insightful. Create value, reduce costs, mitigate risk. Capital markets, assets of all kinds, both physical and digital, are being tokenized. Issuers are gaining access to entire new pools of liquidity, while investors are diversifying their portfolios in ways they could only dream of just a few years ago. Payments, cross-border payments, whether in digital currencies or fiat currency, are more flexible and secure when handled over blockchain. That's fact. We know that. Digital currencies, CBDCs, okay, wow. Get it together, dude. Learn how to talk before you go live. Central banks across the world are investigating the adoption of digital currencies, CBDCs, while commercial entities are issuing their own stablecoins, often to great acclaim. Yeah, did you know that the United States is currently working on a CBDC? Fun fact, they're in some sort of a test pilot, a pilot stage right now, even though they've already talked about it dozens of times. What companies are connected to Quant? The partnerships come down the checklist a little bit later. Right now I'm trying to figure out, like to a T, what they're working on, what they actually do. Compliance. Blockchain can make the analysis of transaction patterns easier for tax authorities. That's cool. Regulatory bodies and other responsible institutions. It can be used to simplify self-declarations, enforcements, or anti-money laundering operations. Fantastic. A lot of crypto could use that right now, right? It's the AML and KYC, the anti-money laundering and know your customer, the regulations that most cryptocurrencies and blockchains are being crushed with right now. Supply chain and trade finance. Blockchains are bringing clarity and certainty. Blockchains are bringing clarity and certainty to areas such as procurement, logistics, provenance, customs, and payments, helping to make notoriously complex global supply chains much more efficient. For someone who doesn't read too much, this is really challenging me right now. And finally, insurance. By removing intermediaries, blockchain can completely transform the insurance industry with a wide range of use cases, from the optimization of existing processes to the introduction of new business models. So literally, they're trying to be involved in every corner of finance, whether it's tokenizing the capital markets, supplying insurance for companies, trying to make them compliant to regulation, making payments smoother with CBDCs or supply chains. So that's not what I meant to click on. What is its purpose? What are they going to resolve? They aim to bring blockchain to the already existing financial systems. I don't think I can go wrong with that. I think that's pretty, in a nutshell, a single sentence. It's enough for me on my notes right here to recall what Quant does, what their goal is, right? Because this is for me, this is my research guide, that's enough for me. Who is running this crypto? This is the fun part. This part, who is running this crypto, took me forever with Gala Gaming. This was the most frustrating thing last week. It took me like 30 minutes to figure out who the team was behind it. Super frustrating. I like the positivity there, Gabriel. Quant is linked to all the giants. Facts, eyes to see. Yeah, Quant has a lot of connections, which we will be seeing shortly. Quant is really integrated in there with everyone. Is there a way that I can, to anyone on YouTube who's watching this, is there a way that I can bring the chat up so I don't have to keep clicking in and out of it? Oh, talking to no one. That's fine. Who is running this crypto? Right on their actual website, we can go to the About tab. We can see what they have here listed. Leadership. So who would have thunk it? Their website actually has who's running the crypto. Fun stuff. Our leadership, our high integrity leadership team has deep experience in government, financial services, technology, healthcare, and management consulting. So, given what their motive was, given what they were trying to accomplish with their token, it is going to be a good thing if we see leaders of the company who had previous work experience in different sectors of the government or financial institutions or supply chain management, right? Because then they have actual insight and connections that they can bring to the field. As much as we might not like seeing VCs or the evil hedge fund managers of the world involved in our precious crypto, at the end of the day, if the two worlds are going to mesh in any degree, which I believe they likely will, it's a good thing if we have experienced people working here. It just has to be reputable people, right? We don't want the SBFs of the world. We want the Elon Musks or whoever. I don't know. Rothschild family behind Quant. I'm buying every single token then. If that comes out to be true and the Rothschild family is behind Quant, I will pour every dollar I have into it. Fedcoin 101. It's on its way, baby. Binance will be next. Unregulated investments equate to freedom of speech without consent. Conscious. Interesting. I don't know. I hope Binance isn't next. Oh, look at this. This is way better than Gala Gaming. We have everyone here in a line ready to go. Wonderful. So if they did all the research for us, this is beautiful. Like last time I was having to go to their LinkedIns and search for them and try and find actual people, actual profiles linked to the developers of Gala Games. If they just link it directly from the website, I think I can probably trust that this is the CEO's LinkedIn. So, experience, right here. CEO and founder of Quant for the past 4 years and 6 months. Cool. He was Chief Information Security Officer for Vocalink, a MasterCard company. Haven't heard of it before. Out of London. I could feel the burp coming up. I could feel the burp coming up. Again, another Chief Information Security Officer. That's kind of cool for another company for 2 years, 2 years, 2 years. So far, the CEO, this is the longest amount of time that he has spent in one of his positions. So, a little sus, not going to lie. A little sus. It does not mean anything definitively, right? Like, it could just be he was jumping around until he found something he really enjoyed, but a little sus. Cybersecurity, security lead, supply and trading digital security at BP. So he's had a bunch of different jobs. Each one appears to be in some degree relative to security on the internet. So I think that's probably a plus. That looks like a good thing. I got to X out of this one so I stop opening it. So the CEO is Gilbert, which is just kind of funny. Funny to say. his education, University of Technology Sydney and University of Technology Sydney. So he went twice, got an MBA in strategic management. Okay, that's good enough. I am personally just going to link his LinkedIn to our document here. And then I'm going to go on to the next person, see if they have anything noteworthy to say about their CEO. Let's see, I haven't looked over here for a minute. I prefer people learning how to not get scammed. Banks have made people soft and ignorant. Yeah, that's the entire point of this right now, is I'm trying to help everyone learn how to not get scammed and research into crypto. I already threw all my money in Quant and Bitcoin. Hedera, do the same. Trust me, bro. I can't ever just trust anyone. I have to figure it out on my own, which sometimes is my fatal flaw, because someone can say, that's a scam, don't do that, and I'm going to say, are you sure? And then poke it and then lose money. It's happened time and time again, but I learn the best by doing. I told you so. Quant will be the second strongest coin after Bitcoin. That'd be pretty wild. That would be some insane returns. Who owns MasterCard Rothschild? This person, Chop Chops, you're really in here for Quant being owned by Rothschild. I respect it. Someone saying it'll be the core of Internet of Things, IoT. Dude, I remember when you didn't have long hair. Do you? You might be... I've had long hair. Story about my hair, actually. When COVID hit, now I'm going to get a little warning at the bottom of the screen for accurate information about COVID. When COVID hit and barbershops closed down, I had a fade all the way down. And I just couldn't go to the barbershops. I was like, now's my time to just grow my hair out, and I will stop growing it when I get irritated with how long it is. And literally not until this last month or so have I started getting irritated with how long it is. It's been over 2 years of just growing out my hair. What's going on, Noah? Thanks for hopping in here, right in time for some quant research. Yeah, story about my hair. I'm probably going to cut it soon, because it's starting to get a little annoying, but... Okay. CEO. As founder and CEO of Quant, Gilbert is focused on unlocking the power of blockchain for everyone to create an empowered, interconnected world. Love it. Fantastic. Gilbert has more than 20 years of cybersecurity, although he jumped around every 2 to 3 years until he got here, where he's been at Quant for about 4 years. C-level accountability as CISO, CIO, and CTO. Lots of C positions. He has worked in government for Downing Street, HM Treasury, and Cabinet Office. Now, there's a lot of crap here. There's a lot of positions that have been listed underneath the CEO's title here on their website. They're kind of trying to brag. They're kind of trying to sell it to us right now, right? Everything on their website is going to be to try and sell us Quant, whether it's as an investment or as a tool for our enterprise. In my own time, if I deem this worthy, if there's not many red flags with Quant, I will go through and research all of these different positions that he's held to get an understanding of it. Because in crypto specifically, we are betting on management team to perform. We're betting on the management team to perform. So I need to see that he has performed previously. Otherwise, it's something that you have to pay close attention to. It's not a deal breaker necessarily, but it's not all roses and sunshine, or whatever the saying is, just because he's held a bunch of different positions for 20 years. If he gets fired from half of them for lack of performance, then I'm sorry, Gilbert. Even though you look smug and handsome with those glasses, you're not for me. Okay, but on to the next. I've already spent enough time looking into Gilbert. Martin, the Chief Product Officer. Let's see what Martin's up to. Martin leads Quant's product strategy with a particular focus on how distributed ledger technologies and blockchain-based tokens can unlock new efficiencies in finance, supply chain, and beyond. Cool, gotta have someone there for it. TikTok, you should come look at what Martin looks like. Not throwing shade at Martin. I'm sure he's a nice dude. But, can I be mean? Should I be mean, guys? I try my best to be nice. Should I throw it out the window and be a little rude to Martin here? I also have not cut my hair in 2.5 years, and I'm gonna cut it all this week. Oh God, yeah, it's getting to be too much, and like the dead ends are getting to be too exhausting to deal with. Like, I don't know. I said I wouldn't cut it until I started getting kind of exhausted of the hair, and it's starting to get here. Should I be mean? Should I'll keep my thoughts to myself. I don't want to. There's no need to roast this guy. He's done nothing wrong to me. He's a seasoned fintech and payment specialist. Awesome. We need that for a team like this because they're trying to integrate themselves into fintech. Who has spearheaded the development and delivery of projects for B2B, business to business, and software as a service products. So that's exactly what they're trying to do here, so that's good to see. Sorry. What did Martin do? Let your thoughts rip. Martin didn't do anything. He just looks like, have you guys, oh, my phone's dying. Martin didn't do anything. Have you guys seen Spy Kids? You know that movie, that whatever Spy Kids version it is, when the giant thumb people were running around? I'm sorry, Martin. I'm sorry. He looks like one of those thumb characters. Vice President, Product Management. With that being said, he's got more experience than I do in literally every aspect, so. Cool. Martin, I've done enough roasting you. Let's check out his LinkedIn and see some of his experience. Steering committee member. So he's a committee member for Litecoin, it looks like. Or at least they have the Litecoin symbol on this. No. I'm just high right now. That's the euro, isn't it? Or the pound? This is embarrassing. God damn it, Patrick. You're supposed to be professional here. Yeah, okay. I was just being kind of retarded there. It's just the pound. Just the pound. An independent forum supporting the diverse ecosystem of new forms of digital money. So they're probably trying to do something. Yeah, I would feel like it's safe to say that they're probably trying to do something. So unlike the CEO, nope, he's even jumped around a little bit. He at least stayed at Vocalink, a MasterCard company, for 12 years. So he, at least, it appears, has some company loyalty. And he tried a lot of different positions. God damn. Okay. Now, I have a feeling that Quant is likely going to be okay with their management team. This checklist is really specific for smaller cryptos to make sure that you're not getting scammed. So if you find a crypto, or if I find a crypto that's like a $10 million market cap and I do research, that's where I'm going to spend a lot more time looking at their team, because it could just be people like me who haven't accomplished jack shit, who are, I just ratted on myself there. It could be very inexperienced people who are trying to start this crypto, and so you don't want to put all your money into their hands. So I think it's safe to move on to the next thing. What does their roadmap look like? Any thoughts about coins today? I didn't really look at the market too much. I'm sure it was extremely volatile because of the Fed meeting today. A lot of coins are at attractive prices. So he is the one telling you that crypto is a good idea. I literally don't know what you mean out here, dude. So yeah, whatever. I bought more ICP today, and when I did, it dipped. The dip that keeps on dipping. Yeah, I like ICP. I think it's at an attractive price for me personally, but I wouldn't expect much more than the dip to continue to dip, in my opinion. Like, we're not out of the storm yet. It doesn't mean that you can't keep accumulating stuff, but dude, chill, okay? Be here to learn. Be here to observe what's happening. I'm sorry that it's not exciting for you, but crypto's not a scam. It's kind of ignorant to say that over and over again. You can buy land. That's fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. Quant roadmap. Are there comments? Aha! There are comments. Comments. Okay, cool. Now that I know that works, I just need another screen that I can like pull up this comment thing here. I appreciate you. Okay. Quant roadmap. So usually the roadmap will be available somewhere on one of their websites, especially if it's a smaller crypto or NFT project. Masari does a lot of research for us, so I tend to gravitate towards them as a source for a lot of information because they're good. They're fairly reliable. Also, believe it or not, Reddit has a lot of good information. Everything on Reddit you need to vet further, but they kind of like steer you in the correct direction or the wrong direction, but they give you things to look up, right? Because it's other people who have already done some research. A lot of times it can just be trolls, so I don't want to give too much credit to Reddit, but it's if you're stuck on something, a lot of times they'll give you the correct terminology for you to research on again on your own time. I know what's happening. Okay. I'm happy for you, dude. I'm happy for you. 4,000 likes? Goddamn. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Okay. So they have one advisor. It's kind of weird. Orion Protocol? I don't know how much I trust this. Just being frank. Well, this isn't going to be useful here. Okay, Masari doesn't really have too much on this. Fair enough, Masari. You let me down. Right after I just hyped you up, too. You let me down. We'll just go right to their website. The future of finance today. Unlocking blah, 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 blah. We already read through all this. Is anyone in the chat here familiar with Quant's roadmap? Have you checked out the Pi network where you mine for free? I've been mining 2 years at no cost. So I used to have it on my phone where I'd go on every day and just kind of validate that I was doing it. I didn't really see any development in like the year that I was doing it, so I just kind of stopped doing it. I guess technically I still have it, but I don't participate anymore. I don't know. I didn't ever research it. It was just a free thing that I could put on my phone for no real extra effort, so I just kind of did it. It was also when I was starting to get into crypto initially, so. Our solutions are built on the same patent-pending products and trusted networks we make available. So the roadmap, as in what's the goal? We kind of already established what the goal is. Is it full of hype phrases? I'll give it a couple more minutes, but I want to move on to the partnerships for this one because I think this one has a lot of partners that we can mention. Can Quant reach 10,000? Come on. Okay, they got a mid-year technology update. It was posted in June of 2021, so kind of upsetting that they didn't update more. I'm curious if we can find something more up to date. I did see that, yeah. 2 Stanford professors started Pi. Python been underdeveloped for 5 years. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, let's go. Let's fucking go, good ADO. You are the greatest person to watch my lives. Mersari. The website that I was just on for looking at stuff. Mersari. I don't want to misspell it for you guys, so Messari. Messari. If you haven't checked them out before, it's a really, really cool platform to look at. Holy crap, Bitcoin pumped into the Fed talking and raising rates and then just plummeted back down, so it flatlined on the day, but that's not what we're here for. Oh, thank you for following me, Crypto Excited. Yeah, I haven't, Nick Cryptography, I have not looked into it. Cheers to you. All right, let's see what their Twitter. Click on whatever, right? This tweet's from February 2022. In Overledger 2.2.0, we enhanced the performance of the gateway and improved data consistency across our APIs, all parts of our roadmap for smart contract interoperability across multiple DLTs. Learn more at Buffy Lee. That was dangerous what I just did. I did not verify anything about this address. I did not look into this Quant, if it was the actual Quant website. I literally clicked on a link from Google, brought me to a tweet, and inside the tweet I clicked on a link. That is what not to do 101, okay? Do not do that. I promise you, if you consistently do that, if you make a habit of doing that, you will get your wallets drained at some point. There are a lot of malicious links out there, and you need to verify it before it's actually you click on it. So, thankfully this was actually Quant, but do not do that. Oh God, that would have been funny, right? It would have drained all my crypto on a live talking about how to research crypto. I think I would have had to delete my pages. Okay. Overledger 2.2.0 is the network's first blockchain agnostic API gateway. The world's first blockchain agnostic API gateway. Is that not Chainlink? Isn't that Chainlink? Isn't Chainlink a blockchain agnostic API gateway? Is Chainlink a blockchain agnostic API gateway? The gateway to all blockchains. So, Chainlink for Enterprises, the gateway to all blockchains. Monetizing data and API services that enable smart contracts. So that's what Chainlink is doing, and I'm pretty sure that they're also blockchain agnostic. Oh, this one came out in March 9th. This one came out in February 17th. No, I don't think that's valid. So, to me, it kind of looks like this is a claim that is not for their title. Does the chat know? Does anyone in the chat know if Quant was the first blockchain agnostic API gateway? And blockchain agnostic meaning they're not reliant on any one blockchain, like they can be used on multiple blockchains. API gateway is basically just bringing information into the blockchain. API gateway, just so I can give you guys a real definition. Yeah. Application programming interface. An API gateway is an application programming interface management tool that sits between a client and a collection of back-end services. So they're just kind of connecting information to the customer. Okay, I gotta take a second. My mouth's getting dry and I have bubbly water. No, it wasn't the first. Quant will overtake Bitcoin. They're two totally different things, so it's possible. Yeah, I didn't think they were the first. I really didn't. So, yeah, false claim. I'm calling it. False claim on Quant's behalf, which happens quite often in the cryptoverse because there's nobody there to check any of this. All right. This looks like it's going to be a lot. When did it start? This one is very easy. When did Quant crypto start? Quant launched in June of 2018 with the goal of connecting blockchains and networks on a global scale without reducing the efficiency and interoperability of the network. It was the first project to solve the interoperability problem through the creation of the first blockchain operating system. That is, again, a huge claim. From none other than CoinMarketCap, too. I should have just come here. They already did all the research for me. And look at, they even have, I already know this is a question, so I'm just going to stay here for a second. How many Quant tokens are there in circulation? The max supply of Quant tokens is set at 14,612,493 tokens. Very strange that it's that specific. 9.9 million Quant tokens were sold to the public during the ICO. 2.6 million tokens were assigned to the company reserves to keep the project running. 1.3 million Quant tokens were reserved for the company founders. I'm going to reread that one because I use these clips to put into videos for my social media, and I just scratched my nose, and I don't want that in there. So 1.3 million Quant tokens were reserved for the company founders. 651,000 tokens were issued to the company advisors. Currently, the circulating supply of token is 12 million. The extra 2 million tokens are held by the company. These tokens are unlocked and could be sold or issued at any time. So, they used Quant to fund their operations. Quant the token to fund their operations, and they will continue to sell those 2 million tokens as needed until they are able to produce a revenue off of whatever the company is doing, which kind of sounds like a security. Just to be frank, it kind of sounds like Quant could qualify as a security, which means that they would be facing some hardship in the future. But that's only with an hour into researching it. We have to look a little bit deeper and truly understand. I will say that it's kind of cool to see that the circulating supply is already pretty much what the max diluted, the fully diluted supply is. So that's a positive in my eyes. Okay. I am going to copy this, not all of that. And what are the tokenomics? Bam. 2 mil held by insiders for funding of operations. Not locked up. Not locked up. I already know this one too. It is a layer 2 on Ethereum. So the question here was, what layer is it? Is it a layer 1 blockchain that supports smart contracts for other blockchains, or is it a layer 2 built on top of a blockchain? I already know Quant is built on top of Ethereum's blockchain. We read that a little bit earlier. So they're kind of reliant on Ethereum right now, which, interestingly enough, if Quant succeeds, Ethereum succeeds. You know what I mean? That's why I have money in Ethereum, because, well, I guess I don't have any in it right now, but that's why I had money in Ethereum and will have money again in it in the future, because there's so many things built on top of Ethereum's network that all it takes is a couple of them to succeed for Ethereum to succeed. You believe XWC was the first for interoperability in 2014. What is XWC? Whitecoin. Extremely small market cap. Okay, not for today though. Interesting. When did it start? In 2018. Was this directly? No. Okay. So on this step, if it's a smaller blockchain, if it's a smaller crypto project, I would go to the Wayback Machine and just kind of put in the address and see if the website changed dramatically over time. Like I said for Gala Gaming, if initially the website was Quant, I don't know, make up anything, Quant Exchange, and then now it's Quant for institutions and for enterprise adoption, like you kind of see how they just flip-flopped their business model. Red flag. But this one looks okay to me. What is the consensus model for Quant? For Quant Crypto, come on. I wish Google was an AI. We should just ask ChatGTP. A beginner's guide to Quant Crypto. Confirm all. Control F. No, I don't want an advertisement here. Control F. Consensus. There it is. Okay. Thank you for following your crypto guide. Appreciate it, boss. Also, let's see who's still chilling in here. I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves, finding some value. Appreciate you still being here, Swamp Donkey. Okay, transaction layer. This layer handles the storage of transactions using ledger technology. It is home to all operations which are required to reach the consensus in several blockchain domains. Oh, they're talking about the Overledger network. I think I'm going to take a pause to researching specifically this checklist for Quant, and I want to look into the Overledger network a little bit. Filtering and ordering layer, application layer, so there's a lot of layers to this. How does Overledger work? Removal of the communication barrier between blockchain and support for the use of maps as dApps. What in the hell is a maps? This is aggressive, guys. I was tapping the likes in the Taco Bell drive-thru. I could kill for some Taco Bell right now. Absolutely, all info is good info. Thank you. I agree. Okay. As dApps running on multiple different ledgers prompted the Overledger team to design an architecture which should support both interoperability and scaling. The architecture in question was actually inspired by the TCP/IP models used with the communication networks. God, I need to start pausing at the actual periods. That's going to be a rough clip to put into the YouTube video when I edit this whole thing. The developers decided that organizing it based on the layers which perform individual tasks is the best way to achieve the platform's goals, leveraging the Overledger with the following components. the transaction layer, the messaging layer, the filtering and ordering layer, and the application layer. So, the transaction layer. This layer handles the storage of transactions using ledger technology. It is home to all operations which are required to reach the consensus in several blockchain domains. This process is made simpler by placing all of the related operations in a single layer. Yet the scope of transactions made on a specific blockchain is limited to that domain, meaning that they cannot be made valid in other ledgers as well. This is why this layer is made up of both varied and isolated ledgers. This is deep. This is getting pretty complicated pretty quickly. Varied versus isolated ledgers. What is the difference between the two types of ledgers? General ledger is divided into two types: nominal ledger and private ledger. So that's not what it's talking about then. Am I just stupid? Is this stuff that people know? I think, okay, my phone's starting to die. So, unfortunately, audio quality is going down the hill for this. Because I have to plug my phone in, otherwise the stream's going to totally disconnect. Pause. What's your opinion of Rose? I don't have an opinion on Rose. I have heard of it months and months ago, but never researched it. Okay. Good. Sorry about the audio quality, but suck it up or leave. It's up to you. Not to be that harsh, but that is just your only two options. Okay, so they have the transaction layer, they have the messaging layer. The messaging layer, this logical layer tackles all information retrieved from ledgers which are deemed relevant. Okay, types of information involved include smart contract data, metadata, transaction data. When it comes to metadata, the strings which are added usually represent the digest of out-of-chain messages, which can be interpreted as the payload. This layer is also used for the storage of all transaction information and the digests of the messaging between multiple applications. Okay, so the messaging layer uses the communication. So this is communicating between out-of-chain messages, so real-world data, with on-chain. So this, kind of confusing. Quant is pretty complicated, honestly. I should have researched it before I came on here so that I could know everything. What's going on, Crypto Dream? Happy to have you here. Have you bought Quant before? Just traded my ICP and bought Quant. Oh, God. What compelled you to do that? Just curiosity. Purely just curiosity. Okay, filtering and ordering layer. This layer also handles messages, particularly those, that was kind of funny, particularly those which are extracted and composed of the transaction information. Messages referenced in the transaction via a hash, which is exchanged out of chain, undergo ordering and filtering. Okay, so messages referenced in the transaction via a hash, exchange out of chain. And filtering. In addition to this, this layer is tasked with establishing connections between messages originating in the messaging layer. So filtering and ordering layer has a lot to do with the messages as well. They do things off-chain and then add it into the chain via this layer, maybe? This is a lot, dude. Who in the chat has already researched Quant and can give some insight to this to help clarify it? Because my brain is having a hard time digesting the information while reading it, at least live. This layer also validates out-of-chain messages for the metadata. I guess I could have just kept on reading. The validation engine checks the application requirements which can be defined on the transaction data. For instance, an application in question can be set to accept only transactions involving a particular address, or it may need payment in tokens which are being transferred. So this layer is kind of like the Oracle. It's allowing people to contract and program in that if a message is sent to or from this address, then to do X or Y or Z or whatever. That made sense, but no, it made sense in my head, okay? Leave me alone. What's going on, OMAD? Long time no see. Thank you for that rose, Crypto Dream. I appreciate you, boss. I'm back, brother, and did you buy at least when I was dipping? I did not. I'm trying to understand all the different layers of Quant still. The transaction layer, the messaging layer, the filtering and ordering layer, and the application layer. It's a very in-depth Oracle system is kind of what I'm gathering from all of it. I was already a Quant holder and bet more on the winner. Fair enough. It has been drastically outperforming in this bear market. I've got 30 of the 12 million. Let's go. You got more than me. I only have one. I am 1/12 millionth of a holder, but that's not even true because there's 14 million. Just 2 million are held up by institution, by them. Application layer. I don't know if I finished reading this though. For instance, this is finishing out the filtering and ordering layer. For instance, an application in question can be set to accept only transactions involving a particular address, or it may need payments in tokens which are to be transferred. Based on the filtering done on this layer, the applications can take into account only the messages that involve transferring a predefined amount of tokens to a specific address. Application layer. Messages deemed valid based on having the required format and signatures can update the state of application relevant to them. Various applications can share identical messages or make references to messages related to other applications. These references use the one-of-a-kind hash pointers referred to the ledger transactions with the message digest. These pointers especially refer back to the storage location of a particular cryptographic hash, which function as identifiers. Okay, we have a nice little visual thing here. This is where I thrive, is with the visuals. I read a lot of words there, and I'm not so sure that every one of them went through my brain. What's up, brother? Not much. Hopefully your journey's doing well, OMAD. If any of you guys are interested in a fitness journey, a journey to better health, I would follow OMAD. Quick little shout out to the guy. I've been watching what he's been doing, and it's pretty spectacular. I guess I'd describe it like that, attempting to create an internet of trust. Did you sell all your Bitcoin from the 50K likes? I did. It's one of my videos that I posted. I started off by being like, ooh, I fucked up. Yeah, sadly. But I will say I only had like $200 worth of Bitcoin because I sold it all earlier. Yeah, but I had just recently started DCAing back into the market. So you guys just made me sell it for a loss. It was inspired by TCP IP protocol. Interesting. Okay, application. What is a MOAP? Oh my God. It's just a multi-chain application. All right, we all take our time learning things, right? 59 pounds so far. That is fantastic. Keep it going, dude. Well, I guess you don't even have to keep losing weight. Just get to your healthy set point, whatever that is, right? My degree is actually in nutrition, fun fact for people. So I appreciate seeing what you're doing and showing a whole crowd of people that intermittent fasting, 1 meal a day is okay. You can still get your required nutrients, lose weight, and be healthy. And the daily walks, those are cool. Okay. Multi-chain applications AB and BC. The overledger is filtering and ordering layer and then a messaging layer. So I'm assuming that the filtering and ordering layer is just kind of getting rid of the junk that the applications are producing and seeing if any of them are actually used or needed in one of the Oracle systems. And then the messaging layer kind of like sorts it all out into the different peer-to-peer networks that they have. Blockchain A protocol, blockchain B protocol, blockchain C, and each one of these blockchains has their own protocols on top of their own decentralized applications, and then they're sorting it into each camp. That's the blockchain infrastructure layer right there. And then the network is the internet, which hosts all of these different blockchain protocols. So that was cool. That literally just, for anyone watching this on YouTube, I read all of these words, which said essentially what this one picture just showed me. So everyone's learning style can be a little different, and mine happens to be very visual. I do a lot better with photos and videos. I read the words to try and filter it in, but now that I've read that photo, I can go back on my own time. I won't do it again here because it would just be kind of draining, and read through this and understand it a little bit more. And just as a teaching moment, after I've read through the first time, skimmed through everything, feel like I have a decent understanding of what is actually trying to be conveyed to me, I can then go through and look at different things that I don't understand. Like, where is this ledger thing? When they were talking about the two different types of ledgers, whatever, I don't see it right now, but in here, they were talking about two different types of ledgers, and I was like, I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that, but I just skipped over it and kept on with the reading. Right here, the varied versus isolated ledgers. Now that I have a kind of an understanding here, I understand the context so that I can go further into researching to understand what the hell those are. 66 pounds to go. Nice. Wow. All right, you're at the halfway point. Congrats on that. My goal was to get down to 195 because I was chilling at like 230, which was kind of unhealthy for me. So I think I hit, this morning, I actually hit 214. So I'm making my way down there. No, not a loss. Yeah. Unfortunately, it will not be the only loss I lock in this year. Food is fuel, not enjoyment. That was the mentality that I had when I was bodybuilding. I might bring the trophies to put on my shelves because it'd be kind of cool decoration, but I was actually a professional bodybuilder, a natural professional bodybuilder, did not take steroids. And yeah, my entire mentality was food is fuel, not enjoyment. Literally what you just said. I was only eating to give myself the required nutrients to do my job, which was bodybuilding at the time. Developed a really bad relationship with food. Yeah, it developed a really bad relationship with food, but now I enjoy my food. Okay, what is Quant App Store? That's kind of cool. Based on this architecture, the Quant network was able to demonstrate the ability to read and monitor transactions across multiple ledgers, which, that's cool. I need a new adjective. The fact that they are able to monitor transactions across multiple ledgers, which is capable because the blockchain is transparent, they're able to do something like this, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Ripple, with the promise to add support for more of these as the platform develops. So it's not actually blockchain agnostic then. It has the potential to be blockchain agnostic if I'm reading this correctly, but is not yet if they are waiting to add support for other blockchains later. Similarly, the same architecture which supports multi-chain applications should allow the Quant team to start working on the Quant App Store as one of the several sources of revenue within its ecosystem. The App Store is supposed to deliver the following functionality. Developers can create and release maps. Applications can feature zero charge rates for the usage and transactions. That's gorgeous. That would be fantastic. Other options include one-time fees for transactions or the use of an application, as well as an optional monthly subscription model. So that would be really cool if they could set it up so that you don't have to pay as a customer to use the blockchain. Yeah, because that would get a huge barrier of entry out for people. I'm sorry. Oh, you want a total of 66 pounds. You need 7 more to go. Well, keep trucking along. You're literally right there. I was kind of concerned 66 more pounds would be a little too much, but yeah, a huge barrier to entry for a lot of people in the blockchain is that you have to pay for everything that you do. So if they could figure out a way so that you could use applications on an agnostic blockchain application without having to pay for every single transaction, even if that was a monthly subscription model, like I pay for YouTube Premium, so it would fall under the boat of that. However, this again, second time I'm thinking this, it kind of sounds like a security, right? If they are aiming to generate a revenue for the team based off of an app store that they've yet to build, a little sus. Okay. This is really resourceful, this crypto news article here. What's the question we're on? What's the consensus model? I don't know that we're going to answer that right now. Can you please explain your background? What firms have you worked for? What college? So I have a degree in nutrition. I went to college at UMass Lowell for nutrition. I have not worked for a firm. This is just something that I am very passionate about and I enjoy doing. Getting the degree in nutrition was literally just research at the entire thing because nutrition is evolving and developing over time. We're learning new things all the time about nutrition. So I am attempting to take my knowledge on how to research and implement it into where my passion lays, which is Web3, crypto, and the blockchain. So I'm not sure if that's exactly what you were hoping to hear, but that's the truth. So Calling All Spacemen, I like the name. What is the consensus model? Let's look at the tokenomics here, or the quant token. QNT are tokens whose main role is to provide digital access to a particular service or an application, which are made part of the quant platform. The access is provided to both users and developers. So I am already aware, because I already had researched quant like months ago before I bought my initial tokens. I only bought one token. Applications who want to build on top of Quant's blockchain agnostic ledger, their overledger, have to pay a monthly subscription, essentially a yearly expense, in order to be present on their blockchain. So that's kind of what the token is used for, like an in-game currency, I guess. I don't even know. Appreciate the response, my man. Anytime. Anytime. If you're enjoying this, I'd appreciate the follow. Or some likes. I don't know, man. Anything. A little cowboy hat so I can eat tonight. The little goal. In addition to the number of tokens, the access fee will be... Okay. Never mind. I take that back. Don't like this and don't donate to this. In addition to the number of tokens, the access fee will be... I might have to leave. The access fee will also be based on the fixed fiat currency amount. I think I might be dyslexic. My brain just needed those two words reversed. For example, the consumption fees for developers and enterprises in the amount of USD $10 per month entail making payments. That is the worst written paragraph that I have read. Is this just me? You guys can't see it. That is so badly written, I can't even fathom. Unless I'm just getting exhausted. On the equivalent price in quant tokens. So the access fee is $10 per month, and they have to pay it using quant tokens. Kind of weird. I understand why people say that you don't need quant token, because why can't you just pay it in cash? Or if it's built on Ethereum, why can't you just pay it in Ethereum's token? Or yeah, whatever blockchain their application, their multi-chain application is on, why can't you just pay it in whatever blockchain you want? Why would you need the Quant token? With the rise in the number of users and the accompanying change in the demand for Quant, the total number of tokens required for access to the platform and applications may vary depending on the value of the tokens and their number in circulation. Fixing the value of access fees to fiat values should allow the developers to hold more flexible amounts of Quant, since its price may change in relation to the fiat. As of March 2019, the market cap for Quant, that is totally irrelevant. Okay, so it's a fixed $10 monthly fee as of the time of this writing, and you pay that in Quant. However many Quant tokens is needed to pay that $10 fee. At the time of this writing, oh, I thought it was going to tell us how many Quant tokens it would need. All right. Okay, wow, there's a bunch of questions or comments here. I love this. I like the way you teach. It's down to earth and understandable. I'm glad to hear that. That's my goal here, so I appreciate that, boss. C. Dylan. For whatever reason, I'm in an asset management for Galaxy Digital, largest crypto firm in the space. Well, goddamn. I just followed you. I would love to be able to message you and just chat. It's like a free class. I'm glad you guys, I really am. This means honestly a lot that you guys are enjoying this. So what I'm trying to do with this is literally that I research crypto fairly regularly, but okay. I research crypto, right? Because I want to invest into up and coming cryptos. I want to put some of my money where it could perform the best over the next 3 to 5 years. That's my investing goal. In order to faithfully and with some amount of conviction put money into something, you have to fully understand what it is. So I figured, why not just vet different crypto projects live with you guys? Because more brains are better than just one brain. Like having multiple people thinking and coming up with questions is better than just having me come up with questions. Plus, the past 7 years of my life I've spent just researching crap. So I have a certain skill set, I believe, of figuring out information and finding information and seeing if it's credible sources. So I could bring that to the space for people and be kind of an avenue to show how I research. That's my ultimate goal with this, is to hopefully we can all kind of work together to look at whatever crypto we're interested in. The unfortunate part is I can't tell you where to put your money. I can't tell you what to invest into. So you need to kind of make that decision on your own, which means you have to pay attention. Quant Fire. It's crazy that this app connects us. Facts. That is 100% accurate. It's insane the amount of people I've connected with just through social media. Like, literally, I just got a job in Web3, which I'm not going to disclose it yet because I haven't signed anything. I haven't made it official, but I have like 4,000 followers across all social media platforms, and I just got a job offer. I just got like, you know what I mean? It's wild. It's wild. Just from making connections, messaging people, and like being involved in the space as much as possible. Are we in a simulation? Probably. Did you see Kevin speaking before Congress? I watched little clips. I did not get the time today to actually look at it. He said Binance was responsible for bankrupting FTX. I think FTX poor management, I think FTX poor management or poor, I tried to restart that sentence to make the words flow better. It's probably FTX's fault that they went bankrupt, right? I mean, Binance did kind of create that bank run on FTT token and everyone pulling their money out of FTX. So I can kind of see where he's coming from with that sentence, but like if FTX had just conducted without fraud, then they, you know what I mean? Oh. Quant team. We already went through the quant team. Okay, cool. What's the consensus model? That was the initial question. Didn't even get anywhere close to answering that. I don't know that Quant is going to have a consensus model. Because it's on top of proof of, because it's on top of proof of work, because it's built to be blockchain agnostic and right now is residing on Ethereum, I guess it just kind of the consensus model is whatever blockchain it's involved with for that multi-chain application. Right now it would be proof of stake because Ethereum just merged over to proof of stake, as we all are painfully aware of. Shout out to Ethereum going deflationary recently. Yeah, so I don't think it necessarily is going to have a consensus model. If I'm wrong with that, people, please call me out on it. Please call me out on that if I'm incorrect. What is the governance model? Again, I don't think they have a governance model because I'm not sure that Quant is aiming to be decentralized. I'm pretty sure Quant's team is in control of Quant. Quant Network is a decentralized blockchain platform, so I guess maybe I'm wrong with that, but I don't see how Quant's team is not in charge here. Do you think SBF's girlfriend made a deal? I think she would be very intelligent to have made a deal. Kevin said CZ was a bad, bad man. Come on, Kevin. She was in New York the last couple weeks. I saw that. I saw that actually because of an account, Miss Teen Crypto or something like that on Instagram. She posted a story saying she was on a subway to New York to go meet up with her, which I don't think she actually did. She was just doing it to be funny, but still. SBF girlfriend ratted him out and got 20 mil. God damn. So I guess Quant benefits off of Ethereum's decentralization to be known as a decentralized blockchain platform. That's what my guess here is, because is Quant an ERC20 token or like an ERC different token? Is Quant an ERC20 token? So something that I want to research on my own time, ERC20 compliant token, Quant is. So Quant is an ERC20 token. Something that I want to look up on my own time, I'm not going to take up the time here because I'm starting to get a sore throat. How is an ERC20 token, which is literally built on top of Ethereum's network, and to my knowledge, reliant on Ethereum's network to settle transactions, like all of its security, its decentralization, everything is stemming from Ethereum if it's an ERC20 token. How is it that that token can be blockchain agnostic? Like that part is not something that I've fully wrapped my head around, because I think it's the same thing with Chainlink. Chainlink doesn't have its own blockchain to my knowledge. So like, yeah, just kind of confusing. So I'm going to write NA here. I don't think Quant has a governance model. I think that the Quant Foundation or whatever that team is. Where's the Quant team? I think these people are probably in charge of what happens to Quant. Board of directors. Okay. Homie, thanks for looking at my messages. Enjoyed it. If you're serious of crypto, message me. I followed you so that we can message each other back and forth. Yeah, I would love to have a conversation if you're working in that kind of a space. Also, just tell people to buy Bitcoin. I will not. Purely because I don't want to get charged with anything. Buying a... SBF girlfriend buying a penthouse in Trump Tower. God, that would upset so many people. Wow, okay, look at this. This would have been good if I scrolled down to beginning. Who we serve. So this alone would probably take an entire hour of research to go through each one of these things independently. What we do, all financial markets, everyone involved in financial markets. I didn't want to click on that. How we do it, Overledger, integrate, Overledger, tokenize, networks, ecosystems, developer program, partners, and associations. Why it matters, all news, events, perspectives, research, use cases. That would be a good one. I like looking at use cases. Much of the financial world's digital future will be built on blockchain. Here is why. Now I'm going to read that again for my YouTube Shorts videos. Much of the financial world's digital infrastructure will be built on blockchain. Here is why. Now I'm going to make that a clip, and you guys will see that on my channel at some point. We serve God. Got a religious man in the chat. Quant is a good investment. I've got an amazing layer 1 for you to look at. I promise it honestly. Put it in the chat. I can write it down. At the end of this, whoever's chilling here, we're going to come up with a list of what cryptos to research next week. So put it in the chat. I should look and see if I have anyone here. Nope. Okay. Yeah, if you guys want to see my screen, I'm live on YouTube. The experience, I want you guys to subscribe to my YouTube because I'm trying to grow my YouTube as well as other social media platforms. However, the experience on YouTube might not be as good as the TikTok experience because I have the chat up here. I only have one monitor here for now, so I can't have the chat up while I'm researching. So it's kind of subpar, but what do you expect? I'm just getting started, guys. Cut me some slack. Please review CIC chain at your leisure. Let's write it down. CIC chain. I'm going to have the community vote and see what crypto to research next week on Wednesday. So if they vote, we'll do it. By the way, thanks for reading my comment. Hey, thanks for leaving a comment. 11,000 likes. My God. Thank you. I appreciate all you guys. Oh, okay. Here we go. We're going into recommendation time. HAPI, HAPI. Any more? Crypto will crash next Wednesday. God, please, no. No, it doesn't matter. I don't know why I read comments like that. Aletheia. I've heard so much stuff about that one. It's something that I think I should look up even if the community doesn't choose that one. I've heard so much stuff about Aletheia, or however you pronounce it. Thank you, Captain Swervin, for sending some likes. I appreciate you, boss. All right, let's finish this up. I want to go have a drink. All right, what is the government's model, NA? What does the token do? You use it to pay for these services for their app store. To build anything on their, I don't like this, to build a map, and not a map in the LGBTQ plus community, not to be kind of gross about it, but if you know, you know. Not that kind of map, multiple chain application. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I just derailed my brain. I have ADD and apparently dyslexia if I'm finding anything out from this stream. I did sell my Bitcoin, Captain. Thanks a lot, dude, if you were one of those people who were liking it. I posted a video. I was a man of my word. I heard Aletheia as well. Yeah. All right. I can make an executive decision. If we want to research that one next week, I can make the executive decision. Nobody is in charge of me. I am my own man. Okay, you use it to pay for services for their app store. To build map, you pay $10 per month in Quant. Okay. Who is the majority stakeholder? So because this is, fun fact for anyone, because this is an ERC20 token, because this is built on top of Ethereum's network, we can go on Etherscan and look at the contract which is associated with Quant. And then we can see exactly what contracts, what wallets are holding every single piece of Quant, every single one of the tokens. Is it a contract? Is it an individual? Is it Binance? Binance is usually up there on the list. Kickchain.net, everyone, I promise this is not me reading it. I'm reading a comment. You have not and will not find a layer 1 blockchain like this. I'll look into it after the stream at the very least. AliCoin is just my low cap NFT allocation. Okay. Okay. I like a good NFT. What was I looking up? Oh yeah. Etherscan Quant token. Bam. Etherscan Quant token tracker. Fully diluted market cap, 100,000 million billion. So 5.6 billion. The price right now is $120 per quant. We can see every single transaction, and if you come right here, you can see the holders of Quant. Quant tokens. See this little thing here? This is a contract, okay? So that's okay. It's expected that the contracts will have a gross amount of Quant in it, or just a gross amount of stuff in it. These are different contracts. It's kind of hard to tell exactly what contract this is, but this is a smart contract, which currently has 21% of the supply in it. This could literally just be the different applications that are currently being used on Quant's network, right? Because you have to pay in Quant. It could just be some of these applications. We can look at the analytics though, and this is something to write down, okay? Because we're doing just I know this is taking a while, but to be honest, research takes some time. You have to be willing to make a time investment if you want to have any kind of monetary investment for the future. So we now see here that 21% of all of the Quant tokens are in this one contract. Let's come here and search, or just write 21% locked up in contract. And we can highlight right here and add a comment and say, research what that contract is. Bam. Now, if I deem this to be worthy of looking into further, I have a little note for future me to come back to and be like, oh, yeah, I forgot that that was kind of a red flag, kind of a weird thing to have. Maybe not a red flag, but something to look into a little bit more. Other than that, get out of here, Brave. Other than that, we have this, which we already know that this contract is the team, right? Because we saw that the team holds around 2 million tokens, but that article that we were reading was kind of old. So this is likely the foundation's wallet. And under that is people who have sub 1 million, which is good. Nobody other than the team has more than 1.37%. So that's good distribution. I like this distribution. I like it a lot. We can actually come over here to the contract and see what this is. And I will not even attempt to read this coding. I know the extreme basics of coding, and I'm not going to embarrass myself like that. Analytics. This is something, I'm not going to go through analytics here, but when I try and come up with a price prediction for different cryptocurrencies, when I'm trying to find a fair value in my own weird way of doing it, I use token terminal. So I'm not going to come here and look at this, although this is likely has more accurate information. Yeah, just a little shameless shill of token terminal. Oh, comments. It deals in NFT space, so it should benefit if NFTs come back. Is it 100% reliant on art NFTs, or like if when we have community NFTs like access tokens and stuff like that, do they partake in that? Personalizing NFTs as art, not investment, will grow. There will be a ton of different utilizations for NFTs, but they won't all be investable. Making your art artificial intelligence with the personality will be a thing. NFT whales will flex. Can you invite me to go live? Legit work in industry. Let's get at it. Can I invite you at a different point? Actually, I hate to break it to you, man, but you need 1,000 followers to go live on TikTok. They have some sort of clout chasing thing. So if you can post and get up to it 100%, but regardless, I'd like to talk. If you have an Instagram, we can go live on Instagram. I would love to have someone on who knows a thing or two about the industry on Instagram. Just a thesis. Heard. Thank you so much. I'm not going to pretend to pronounce your name, for following the host. Appreciate you. You can make an NFT into anything. Yeah, damn. Yeah, unfortunate. They have some sort of like little clout gatekeeping. Who is this crypto partnered with? What do investors think? I'm getting kind of exhausted, so I want to be done with this by 9 o'clock. I'm going to work to make it faster so that I can actually like do this. Why do you want to invest? These are the final questions that we have here for anyone who's watching on TikTok and just for anyone who's on YouTube. Who's the crypto partnered with? What do investors think? Who the crypto is partnered with is pretty self-explanatory. Just kind of research that and look in who they're partnered with. What do investors think? This is where I go and read research articles. I go and read Reddit articles. I have it written out here. Check out articles. Mersari, research.binance.com. Good places to take notes. Literally read through what people who are talking about the crypto have to say. Is it good? Is it bad? Take notes on it. Write down questions that you have. Then I take these questions and I circle back and I try and find interviews with the founder of the cryptocurrency or the project, and I try and watch them because I'm a visual learner and see if they answer any of my questions. If they don't answer my questions, but they've probably introduced new questions, I just keep going until I don't have any questions left about the crypto. Yeah, okay. You don't have Instagram. Unfortunate. Either way, I want to talk. So, what others think in articles is not a very stable variable. Definitely not stable at all. What other people think about a crypto project is important, specifically because they're talking about outlook with that. We're looking at sentiment around something and future outlook. If all the sentiment and all the outlook is bad with the community, then the price that you're going to pay for that crypto or that project is going to be lower than others with similar metrics, right? If you think about something like this is prevalent in the stock market as well. This isn't just specific to crypto. It's just in the stock market they call it something else. Rather than calling it outlook or what do investors think, they call it multiples. We have a price to earnings multiple that you're willing to pay for a company. You don't just pay $1 per $1 of earnings in the stock market. You'll pay 10 or 15 or 20, or in the case of Amazon, 60, right? So if Amazon makes $1, you're willing to pay $60 for that dollar, right? It's just an outlook. It's based off of what investors think. I appreciate the acknowledgement, man. Going to tell you all these microcaps in crypto are toast. Some of them are going to be good in my opinion, but we'll see. Only time will tell. Yeah, the lingo is the first barrier to entry. Facts. Facts, Nick. Cryptography. There's so much lingo. Okay, so what do investors think? You're trying to find a multiple so that you can put a multiple on the price that you're willing to pay for it in the future if it passes your checklist here, my checklist here. When are the most recent news articles from? Is it a ghost chain, essentially? Where's the token listed? This one's super simple. You can just come to CoinMarketCap and just come here and click on markets, and you'll see literally every single trading pair that exists for the token that CoinMarketCap is aware of. So that one's a very easy one to see. Why do you want to invest in it? After you've done all of your research and checked off this giant checklist, it's just me. After I've done all this research, that's when you just say, like, why do I want to invest in it? What utility am I going to get from it? Am I able to form a bullish thesis on this crypto? If the answer is no, you're not done researching it. If the answer is yes, and you can fill this out, beautiful. Now it's time to figure out how much you want to invest into it. So I want to go through the crypto partners so that I can make short form content. I have 13 minutes until I want to get off because I'm getting kind of tired. I promise in the future I will be able to get through this entire checklist, but in the beginning couple lives, it's a very rough process, and you guys are just here for the journey. Thank you for following me, boss. Appreciate it. A level 2 donator. 69 Magpie 69. I probably shouldn't have read that actually now that I'm reading it out loud. Is Quant worth it? If you give me 12 minutes, I will give you my opinion on that question. I'm just going to look into some of their partners, and then I will kind of give you my 2 cents on if Quant is worth it or not. So, Quant partnerships. And surprise, surprise, Quant has an entire thing on their partners. Weird, huh? LACChain, a global alliance led by the IDB Lab, the Innovation Laboratory for the Inter-American Development Bank. That's kind of cool. So they're partnered with a big bank. I didn't mean to click on that. Nexi. Stop clicking then. If you don't mean to click on it, stop clicking. Sai, a well-known high-tech Italian company, so they're international. They're not just in the United States. I'm not looking into all of these right now. I'm just seeing who they are with. Oracle, the world's largest database management company offering software and technology. I'm going to read this whole one because I think it's kind of cool for you guys to know that crypto is not just a scam if Oracle is partnering with them to help with their software technology platform. Cloud engineered systems and enterprise software products. Our partnership enables Quant to benefit from Oracle's enterprise in product and marketing, as well as the world-class mentoring program and curriculum. Engage with their global base of more than 430,000 customers and be a part of a thriving startup community of inspired technology experts. Quant will facilitate Oracle's drive cloud-based innovation and business growth. So that was a little bit weird because they're saying that Quant is partnering with Oracle as like Oracle's going to help Quant come to fruition. But then at the end there, they said Quant will facilitate Oracle's drive cloud-based innovation and business growth. So I kind of thought it was a one-way street for a minute, but it looks like they're both going to potentially gain. I think that Quant is definitely the main beneficiary there. Quant partners with UST. I thought UST collapsed. Am I mixing it? What was US? Was it USDT? Was Terra's stablecoin? I will give you 13 minutes. Beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, whatever. Keep looking up partnerships. So their website didn't have too much on it. So we're going to go back and we're going to see if they have anything else. So they keep just boasting about these couple partnerships that they've gotten. I hope you can't hear my mouse. Let's see if... Let's go to trusty Reddit. Okay, spelling. This is why I need to go take a break. What important deals, partnerships, Quant has got lined up? This is from August 13th, 2021. The first thing, have you done any research? World domination is lined up for near future. God. Digital Pound Foundation. So that's not surprising. If that's real, we don't know that's real. I'm going to operate under the assumption that that is accurate for a minute here. Again, I don't know that it's actually accurate. The Digital Pound Foundation makes sense given that one of their chief technology officers, or whatever that dude was that we were looking at earlier, who I said looked like a thumb, he used to work for a company that was helping the pound or whatever. I don't know. You remember we looked up the dude and he had a little pound symbol next to the company's name. He was involved in some manner with the pound. So I know that doesn't make any sense, and I kind of retract stating that. Maybe I need to have an energy drink before I do these lives, or do them earlier in the day. Okay. I'm pretty sure that there were more partnerships than this when I had initially looked into it, but it's all right. Let's go, Tech Money Future. Thanks for stopping by. Do you have any Quant? Do you have an opinion on Quant? TUSD. Okay. Official crypto chaos. We're researching Quant. Do you want to tell everyone about Quant? I own just a handful. Okay. Nice. It says here that they're partnered with Amazon Web Services, so that's kind of cool. They became an Amazon Web Service partner. Quant Network's vision for Overledger is to provide customers choice with ease of implementing any blockchain technology. They are Amazon Web Service Partner Network, a move that will enable more than 1 million active customers to benefit from our Overledger blockchain operating system. Okay. Well, that's a pretty cool partnership. I think that's enough for this live. My opinion on Quant. Yeah, interoperability, yada, yada, yada. I know the basics of it, and we hear that there's such a limited supply. Okay, yes. So, my opinion on Quant from this research. Essentially, what they're trying to do is be an Oracle service or allow for multi-chain applications to be built across multiple blockchains. They're based on Ethereum. They are an ERC20 token. So they're reliant on Ethereum for now. I don't fully understand how they're going to be interoperable with every single blockchain if they're built on top of Ethereum for the time being. And they themselves have said that they're not currently on every single blockchain, right? Earlier in the research, we saw that. I don't like the fact that it's ERC20, to be honest. Me neither. It kind of makes it feel like they're reliant on Ethereum. They are reliant on Ethereum. So with that, we can move on to tokenomics. I like the tokenomics, to be completely honest. They have a limited supply of around 14 million, and all of it is already out in circulation. They have 1.2 million locked up by the foundation, so they're using it to fund operations to continue to develop it. My red flags here are that, so I like what they're going after. I like their management team. I like the tokenomics. My red flag here is that they're an ERC20 token, so they're based off one blockchain. Also, it sounds a lot like a security. It really does, because we are buying into Quant hoping that the management team is able to propel Quant into mass adoption, hoping that they can acquire partnerships like Amazon Web Services, and that through these new partnerships, the price will appreciate. That's pretty much what a security is that, you know, and especially where the management team is selling off Quant in order to fund their operations. That's kind of a lot for me. I don't think that means that it's going to fail, just to be completely honest with that, because we have securities, stocks are securities, and those don't just automatically fail. It just means that it's going to have a lot of regulatory oversight here in the next year or two as the SEC and the CFTC start cracking down on this stuff. So has some hurdles to go over. I wouldn't put my entire portfolio in it. I own one. After this, I'm not going to sell it, but I like it still. It's just that hurdle that it to me is a security. A lot of people complain that there's no need for Quant. I don't necessarily think that I saw that definitively. I didn't see any huge red flags for me personally saying that there was no need for the Quant token. Yes, they could just pay they're using it to pay kind of like the service fee. So like, yes, you could just use cash, but they're not. So, all right. Yeah, that's kind of it. I guess it's similar to Chainlink, right? Maybe I need to research it more. It is pretty similar to Chainlink. It's been like 2 years since I researched Chainlink, so I don't think I could do an apples-to-apples comparison, but it's pretty similar to Chainlink. And I think Chainlink is an ERC20 token as well. Okay, but that's it. I'm going to close out the YouTube live stream. Thank you to viewers. Wow, I have 2 viewers. All right. I appreciate you guys. Let me see if you commented anything. Cool. All right. Until the next time, thank you for being here. Your time is your most valuable asset. Yada, yada, yada.